83 Veterans Day program. Today is a special day when we have the opportunity to honor the men and women who have served our country so bravely. Today's program has two purposes. First, to recognize and honor all military veterans, especially our local veterans that are here in our community, and secondly, to continue to educate ourselves on the sacrifices that have been and continue to be made in order to have the freedoms that we enjoy today in the United States.
At this time, will everyone able to stand, please join Lily in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, here are some students who explain the history of Veterans Day.
World War I, known at the time as the Great War, officially ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28, 1919 in the Palace of Versailles, just outside of Paris, France. However, fighting ceased 7 months earlier when an armistice, which is a ceasefire or truce, between the Allied nations and Germany went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. For that reason, November 11th, 1918 is generally regarded as the end of the war to end all wars.
In November 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day, with the following words: "To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service, with gratitude for the victory, both because of the fame from which it has freed us, and because of the opportunity it has given America to show us peace and justice in the councils of the nations."
In 1938, Armistice Day became a legal holiday in the U.S., but it only recognized World War I veterans. In 1945, a push to change it so it recognized all veterans was led by Raymond Peaks, who has been dubbed as Father of Veterans Day. He approached then General Eisenhower to help make the change.
In 1954, after World War II had required the greatest mobilization of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen in the nation's history, and after American forces had fought aggression in Korea, the 83rd Congress, at the urging of the veteran service organizations and newly elected President Eisenhower, amended the Day of Recognition by striking out the word armistice and inserting in its place the word veterans. With the approval of this legislation on June 1st, 1954, November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars.
After a brief period of time when Veterans Day was moved to the fourth Monday of October, Veterans Day continues to be observed on November 11th, regardless of what day of the week it falls. The restoration of the observance of Veterans Day to November 11th not only preserves the historical significance of the date, but helps focus attention on the important purpose of Veterans Day, a celebration to honor America's veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common.
Now we would like to introduce and welcome our guest speaker, my father, a veteran, Major Salata, to say a few words about Veterans Day.
Good morning, Principal Urquhart, Principal Recon, Vice Principal Mr. Zizwicki, Sutton Middle School staff, Sutton Middle School students, parents, Suttonians, and to my fellow veterans joining us today. I'd like to thank Mr. Keogh for the nomination, Mr. Levin Savage for the opportunity to be here with you this morning. Looking out at you all, I see a lot of familiar faces. Many of you know me as Coach, or the sports guy from enrichment, or Hogan and Madden's dad. But today, I stand in front of you as a proud U.S. Army veteran of 28 years. Back in 1997, when I was the age of some of your older siblings, I signed on the dotted line, swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, and pledged true faith and allegiance to the American people. Why? Well, my grandfather was a World War II veteran. I admire his service. But also, I had three other siblings in college at the same time. I saw how my parents worked so hard, working 3 jobs to help pay for the tuitions. Earning an ROTC scholarship was a way to help them out. And the Army even sent me to jump school that summer. After college graduation, I went straight into active duty. Over the past 28 years, I've traveled all over the world and the United States to many different countries worldwide. I've had the training in the infantry, specializing in ground combat and engaging the enemy at close range, logistics, acquisition, the process of developing, producing, and supporting weapon systems through their entire life cycle. I've grown through the ranks by taking courses in military leadership and professionalism. All along the way, it was only an honor to wear this uniform and represent what I think is the greatest country in the world. People ask me all the time, what's the best part about being in the military? And for those that served, you know it wasn't the chow. The answer is always the same, the people. The privilege to serve alongside incredible soldiers, sharing stories and forming bonds that last a lifetime. In the military, it doesn't matter your gender, your race, your age, your religion, or if you're a Jets or Patriots fan, though we might have some spirited discussions. We're all on the same team, working together to achieve a common goal. I love the diversity, the different perspectives and approaches. I've learned so much from my fellow soldiers, from privates to generals, about how to be a better soldier, be a better leader, a better coach, a better father, a better husband, and a better citizen. And here's a question I ask for you. What percentage of Americans are veterans? It's about 6% nationwide. And in Massachusetts, it's even lower, 4.3%. That number is shrinking, which is why it's so important to remember something George Washington once said. The willingness which our young people are likely to serve in any war shall be directly proportional to how they pursue veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by our nation. Veterans Day is more than a date on a calendar. It's a reminder of the courage, sacrifice, dedication that protects the freedoms we sometimes take for granted. Being a veteran is one of the most proudest and honorable things someone can do. And I am in awe of the veterans that are here today. The men and women you see wearing their service hats or shirts were once young people just like you, defending this nation. They have interests, hobbies, favorite sports teams, favorite places to eat, movies to watch, songs they sing. Maybe you have different favorite sports teams at different places, but those conversations are still so important. A veteran's chest puffs out a little more with pride when they flash back to their service years. One of the most humbling things to see is when a veteran stands and salutes the American flag during our national anthem. I always ask you to stand with them. And this is my challenge to you, the younger generation. Get to know a veteran, right? Ask them about their experiences. Listen to their stories. You'll find they're regular people with incredible experiences and shared values. Parents, I challenge you to do the same. The Dudley Gendron American Legion Post, right here in Sutton, is open to the public. It's a place where veterans and citizens come together to make our community better. These veterans are still serving their country by volunteering, raising money for charities, mentoring young people, and living up to the oath they took, staying loyal, committed, and selfless service. So I leave you with this. Thank a veteran. Not just today, but any day you have the opportunity. And when you do, we often respond with, "It's my honor." Please know that it is truly an honor to wear this uniform and be part of the military. It's all worth it. Right? All the hard work, the long days, and time away from family. It is all worth it. And I would do it all over again. And I'm sure my brothers and sisters in arms would say the same thing. But more importantly, remember that veterans are your neighbors, your friends, and your community members. Connect with them, learn from them, and honor them, their service, by being the best citizen you can be and carrying on their legacy. God bless our veterans, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Military ceremonies across America this week will recognize veterans of the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. Tables like this one will be set as a way of symbolizing the members of the military profession who are missing from our midst. They are commonly called POWs or MIAs. Some call them brothers.
The table is small, symbolizing the frailty of the soldiers alone against their oppressors. Remember,
The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. Remember,
the black napkin reminds us of the sorrow of captivity. Remember,
the single rose displayed in the vase tied with a yellow ribbon is symbolic of the families and loved ones who keep the faith waiting for them and their return. Remember,
the slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate. Remember,
the grains of salt on the bread plate are symbolic of the family's tears as they wait. Remember,
the glass is inverted. They cannot toast us. Remember,
the chair is empty. They are here. Remember,
the candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lies in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors, to open arms of a grateful nation. Remember,
remember all of you who served with them and called them comrades, who depended on their might and aid and relied upon them. For surely they have not forgotten. Remember,
At this time, I would like to welcome the 8th grade band ensemble under the direction of Mr. Fowler to the stage to play a patriotic song, Anchors Away in Joy.
this past week in civics class, we were given various assignments to learn not only about Veterans Day, but also the different conflicts our country has been involved in. We pay our respects to those who served by continuing to learn and remember the sacrifices made by veterans who have protected our country and continue to make the world a better place.
As part of our recognition of veterans, we as students were also given the opportunity to recognize our own family members, friends, and members of our school community who have served our country. We honor their service with a plaque on our
for Sutton Wall of Honor displayed outside the auditorium. Please observe these names as you exit today.
At this time, we would like to recognize our special guests, the veterans in attendance today. We would like to individually recognize 3 veterans who are members of our Sutton Middle High School teaching staff. High school and middle school special education teacher Gretchen DePlace. Mrs. DePlace served for 20 years in the Air National Guard, retiring with the rank of captain. Eighth grade science teacher Michael Keogh. Mr. Keogh served for 6 years in the National Guard and earned the rank of sergeant while completing a 1-year tour in Afghanistan. Special education team chairperson
show great loyalty and speak about what Veterans Day means to me. Veterans Day is a day I always enjoy, and that's not just because I have the day off. Veterans Day is a day to show respect towards the heroes of our country who have made a great sacrifice to support and protect our freedom. Veterans are a part of the U.S. military, and they are also our friends, parents, sons, and daughters. They are not just the ones who protect our country, but the ones who keep our country going. 6% of the U.S. population are veterans. That's 17.9 million veterans in our U.S. society. And Veterans Day is a day to celebrate those 17.9 million people. Both of my grandfathers are veterans. They don't always like to talk about their experiences, but that just tells me that they had to be brave and courageous. They may not be the most easy to talk to, but I know they love me, and they definitely love the country they fought for. Last year, in my 7th grade history class, I had to research one person in my family, one person whom I look up to, and I chose one of my grandfathers because of his sacrifice, his strength, his personality, and most importantly, his love. My grandfather was in the Army for several years, where every day was a physical and emotional challenge he had to overcome. He built bridges in Vietnam to transfer infantry. Without him, the infantry would not be able to move into enemy territory and pursue military goals. These bridges were then destroyed by mortars during night, so he would have to rebuild them again each day. While this must have been very frustrating having to redo all of his hard work every single day, he showed great persistence in helping the Army continue their battle in Vietnam. My grandfathers are important to me, and I'm proud to be talking about them on this special day. When I was asked to do this speech by my civics teacher, I said yes without any hesitation. I might not be the best speaker, but I'm glad I was given a chance to recognize our veterans and show my thanks. If you want to show your gratitude, please consider emailing, texting, calling, or even finding a veteran that may or may not have been recognized for their bravery and tell them thank you for your service, dedication, sacrifices. To all the veterans who have joined us today, I want to thank you for all you have done for us and our country.
This past week, we spent time reflecting on the men and women who have served our country so bravely. Next, we'll play a video that identifies the importance of why these men and women should be honored.
For the freedom you fought for, and the flag you stood for. For the country we cherish, and the people we love. For the bravery you showed, and the fortitude you held. For the days of dedication, and the nights of devotion. For the miles you walked, and the skills you learned. For the months of training, and the years of service. For the memories you carry of the battles you saw. For the legacy of your courage and the honor you deserve. When our nation needed you most, you answered the call. A deep and unshakable sense of allegiance and responsibility. You were bold, you did not hesitate, and you did not walk away. You were gone for holidays, anniversaries, and birthdays, because while we were living in peace and freedom, you were fighting for it. Thank you is not enough. We can't repay you, but we will promise to remember. You are the reason we can sing the land of the free and the home of the brave. You are the heroes among us. You are not forgotten. You are the veterans. We remember your courage. We honor your sacrifice. And we thank you today.
We are organizing an Operation Gratitude Coin Drive for military veterans. We want to say thank you for your service, courage, and dedication. We appreciate your sacrifice and respect you very much. It is important that we honor you not just today, but all year long.
In December, the 8th grade will be collecting coin donations during their civics class for a local veteran charity, Veterans Inc. Veterans Inc. is the largest provider of support services to veterans and their families in New England. Veterans Inc. is a national leader in ending homelessness among veterans. They have one of the highest rates in the nation, 85%, for transitioning veterans out of homelessness.
So, 8th graders, here's your mission. Be the civics class period that demonstrates the most appreciation and pride for our veterans by donating the most money this December to this worthy organization during our coin drive. The class with the most money collected gets a prize.
We hope members of the 7th and 8th grade class have learned more about the history of this great country and of this special day. More importantly, to the veterans, we feel the greatest gift we can give as students to the veterans of yesterday, today, and tomorrow is our gratitude and remembrance. Please take a moment on any day to remember the courage and sacrifice of our veterans and ask to shake their hands. Now, in a moment, we would like to ask our veterans to line up outside the auditorium in the glass hallway and form your receiving line to be thanked by all of our 8th grade students. Veterans, get ready to shake 102 hands. That is not enough students. Thank you to all the veterans again for your service.